Hi everyone. I'm back with Quick Tip Tuesday. I missed last week. Apologize for that. I had to go get my haircut, um, which was a monumentous event given our days and times. Um, I have a digital hack tool that I want to show you today that can turn products that are in my store into digital tools. So I'm going to show you how they work, and there's a freebie that you can try it out with. I'm part of a digital beta test, so not every seller on TPT has access to this, so not all products will work with it. It will only work with PDFs, so if it's a zip file, it will not work with it. So I'm looking over my products to try to decide what makes the most sense to unzip and make into a very large PDF file. But there are some that you can already use. So I want to show you what that looks like. I'm going to share my screen. Um, Whoop, that was not what I wanted. Okay, I have no idea why it is my primary display, please. I would like you to I have no idea why that is showing up so funny. Sorry about that. Um, all right, let me see. Let me just fill this out a little bit. I want you to see Google Chrome. I don't know why I am in half of this picture. Okay, let me. No, I don't want to end the broadcast. Let me go back to this for just a second. Let me move this over here. Hi, Basha. And I'm going to try this again. Okay, if you could please do this, it would be great. There we go. Okay, now. I don't know why that's doing me half and half. Ah. There we go. Sorry, sometimes the settings of technology are just more than I can handle. So what you see here is my kindness freebie. And here you see this create a digital activity. Um, and so it's showing you that this is something you can use with this because it is a PDF. So if you go to the page that it's on and you go to create Google activity, you can actually rotate pages. You can take out pages. So let's say, I don't know, don't want this to be, I don't want to have this page in the social story. I can go into edit pages and I can take it out. Maybe I don't want that one to be there. So so what you're seeing now are all of the slides. Here, actually, let's do something different. Let's say I only want this resolution and I don't want the rest of them. So then I can import, whoop, not what I wanted. Excuse me. Let me do this again. Let me start that again. So you go into this section and you can select which ones you want to remove. So I don't want the credits. I don't want the terms of use. I don't want the cover because I want this to be something I'm going to send to the student. So I just want to keep maybe 2 of these resolutions. So I'm going to remove the rest of them. I'm going to save my changes. Now I have the social story and I have the kindness resolutions. And I have already gone in and given directions and made an answer box so that when we send it to the student, they'll be able to use this as a word bank. They can't copy and paste it, but they could then type this in. So if you've got students who can do that, they could use this online. So then if we go to preview, you'll see what it looks like. So it looks like this to them. So they can go through and read the story. And then they can go through and fill in. I could hold the door open for the person behind me. So they can type in what they see down here. And then after we've done that and I've previewed it, if it's what you want, you can then assign it. Now you can only assign it through Google Classroom. So you do have to be using Google Classroom in order to use this. We expect that this will expand and that its capabilities will expand over time. So that will be helpful. So let me show you what it looks like for one I haven't done. Let me go back to this page. Okay, so let's go to this page. Let's look at this one. This one again, you can see that there is create a digital activity. And so I can come up to this one. I have not done anything to create an activity for this one. So for this one, when you hit that button, it's going to load the whole product. So I will go through some of them and remove the information that doesn't need to be sent home, like the cover, like the terms of use, the directions, the credits, and make it user friendly. But you can also do that on your own. So let's say this is a set of task cards. Now, obviously, if you're doing it this way, the hack is you'll be giving them 4 cards at a time. But let's go ahead and edit the pages. I know that I don't want the cover, the terms of use, the what's included, the credits. I don't want them to have the answer key. I really only want to give them maybe the first 8 cards. So I'm going to select all the rest of them and remove them. I'm going to save my changes. And then I've got 2 sets of cards. I can then write in directions. Circle, and they're actually on the card, but number of dollars to buy this app. And then the students will see this, and then I can preview it. So the way that the student would use it once I assign it would be to come up and take the pen. They can choose what color. And let's see, this is $2, so I need $2. Boom. And everything stays on TPT. And then they would then send this back to you and you could check their work. So it's really pretty easy to use right now. There's not a lot of options, so there's not tons of stuff that you have to worry about. You can make your lines thinner. There are limited colors, so you could use my color receptive vocabulary task, but there is no yellow. So I'm waiting for them to add that. They've said that's one of the next things they're going to add. So I'll keep you up to date when they add new features. You could also do worksheets that use fill in the blank, like the kindness ones. You can use ones that they draw on. You can use ones that they color. Again, you can only assign through the Google Classroom. You then create an access link and you can then share it. And then you can then review their responses when they complete them. So it's pretty simple in that way. Let me come back. Any questions? Questions, thoughts before? That's a very long Quick Tip Tuesday, but it's really pretty simple. You can go through anybody's store. If you look at my store, and if you just go through it, some things are not going to have the link by it. So for instance, this is a Google activity. That's not going to make sense to use it with, so there's no button. If you go to something like Boom Cards, it wouldn't work. This one is going to show it to you. No, it won't, because it is a PDF. This one is a Google app, is how I have it labeled. It's already set up for Google Apps, so it doesn't need it. Anything that you've bought, if you go to that page, you should be able to download the button. And let me find you one that it makes sense for. find you my food worksheets will be a good one. See, this is a zip file, and I think I'm going to go in and turn it into a PDF by putting them back together. I have it as a zip file so that you can easily access both sets, the different levels of worksheets. But I think I'm going to go ahead and make it a big PDF with a table of contents so that you can use this with these worksheets. Let me find one that will work. That's a zip file. I used a lot of zip files in my recent ones. Because they were easier for people to access the pieces that they needed. That's not a good task for it. That's a zip file. Okay, you could do it with this one. So what'll happen is you'll see, if you go to something that you already own and you're logged into TPT, you'll see this red button. And you can also click on Learn More. And that will actually take you to a Google slide presentation. It's not at the moment. I'm not quite sure why. But I'll find that and put that in the comments of this video. So then I can create. So the only issue you're going to have with this one is that these are interactive books. So they're not necessarily going to turn themselves into an easily used digital activity. Because the pieces are going to be on another page. I think one of the things that they're looking at doing is making manipulative so that you can do the cut and paste kind of thing, which would be helpful. We just haven't gotten that far. So if we go back, I don't make a lot of worksheets. Apparently they're not already turned into. Let's do these. This is a PDF. We'll do the spring. So if I click on this, and I share my screen again. Sorry, I forgot I wasn't sharing my screen. You guys have to tell me when I'm screwing up. So there's 101 pages to this. So let's say we just want some of them. Obviously, the pieces, the file folders are not good, but in this set, I can select them all. Maybe. My computer just loves to run the video, the software with the internet streaming and the internet at the same time. Okay, I'm going to keep, no, I want you to select them all, please. It will run faster for you, I promise. I do not have it this slow at other times. It's just because I'm trying to stream the video at the same time. Okay, so I want this one to keep it. Okay, so now I can remove all those pages but that one, save my changes. And then you've got one that they have to color find all the pictures that are black. So that would be an easy one to use the pen tool with. I really hate that blue. And all they would have to do is circle the things that are black. And then you can have them assign it. You can assign it and you can get it back. So it's really about that simple. If you run into issues with it, feel free to let me know. And I will be happy to try and help you, or at least refer you to who can help you at TPT. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments below, and I'll put a link to the kindness freebie that you can try it out with and see how it works to assign for your students, because it's never a bad time for just a little bit of kindness. All right, guys, thanks so much, and I'll see you again next week.